Hey, what's up, everyone? Welcome back to Glass Seats. This is Viddy.
And my name is Mrinal, and in this episode, we have to discuss the unfortunate loss of Jack Hughes for the season.
Yeah.
Takes an awkward fall into the boards after colliding with Jack Eichel.
Team USA teammate, by the way.
Yeah. Injures his shoulder, has to have surgery, and is out for the season. He's expected to make a full recovery over the offseason and be available for training camp in the fall. But that's a big loss for the New Jersey Devils.
This team just can't catch a break, can they? This could have happened literally at the beginning of the season. Maybe they would have still had a chance to recover, and obviously that would have sucked and, maybe jeopardized their playoff chances. But my God, again?
And to lose him this close to the trade deadline when now you got to scramble.
Yeah.
There's no replacing your top center.
No.
Right?
No.
So, I mean,
he was one of the top point getters, and I think maybe Jesper Bratt is tied or second place or something like that. So, yeah, you've got some big shoes / skates / whatever to fill. So I'm not gonna lie, this friggin' sucks for Devils fans and the Devils team. But what do you think? What do you think is like the message here going on in the locker room? What they're saying in the media, they're like, "Oh, we just got to keep playing." And what do you think is actually like the team morale here? Like, do we play for Jack? Do we what is it?
It's up to Sheldon Keefe right now, right? So I mean, we can talk. We'll get to him getting ejected out of the game as well. But this is where you pay or earn the big bucks as a coach. It's getting your team through adversity like this, right?
Yeah.
And losing one of your top players is bad for any team.
Right.
But Jack Hughes has really been part of the culture as well. So plus his brother's on the team. His brother was emotional after the injury. It was a whole thing. So yeah, morale's going to be shaken. But I think if you can rally around that play for Jack mentality, you're going to want to do that, right?
Yes, yeah.
And, he's going to be in the stands watching the whole playoff run and all of that. And so it's probably going to kill him to not be part of it. But, we've seen teams do that.
Yeah.
Rally around an injured player.
Yeah. And Stamkos was out for, at least during 2020, he was out pretty much that entire playoff run. They went to the finals. He somehow scored that miracle goal. Yeah. Still one of my favorite Stamkos goals of all time. In the Cup final. So he was able to cement his legacy, but he was pretty much pulled off the rest of the series after that. He was like,
scored.
Yeah, they're like, all right, you're done, your boss. But the reason I bring this up is it is possible. Like you lost your heart and soul guy of the team, the guy with the C, and you've made this deep playoff run anyways, and ultimately won it all.
Yeah. Not the C though. Nico Hischier is the C.
Right, for Steven Stamkos, I'm saying.
Oh, Stamkos.
Yeah. But yeah, to bring up leadership, there's no way that he's still got an A on his jersey.
Yeah.
He's still going to be in the locker room, doing what he can. He'll be at the games, obviously. He'll be around. And I think that will kind of help the team morale thing as much as possible. Obviously, it sucks, but I feel like maybe this lights a fire under their ass, or it should.
Yeah.
In theory, right?
It could light a fire. It could completely kill the fire.
Yes.
And that is in Sheldon Keefe's hands.
Yes. Sheldon Keefe specifically, or do you think this is also a little bit on Nico Hischier? Does he need to rally his troops? Does he
Yeah, I think all of the leadership of the Devils, so assistant coaches, Nico Hischier as captain.
Yeah.
But I think Keefe holds the most responsibility for something like this.
Yeah. And just to kind of touch on injuries for the Devils as well. Dougie Hamilton was hurt a couple games ago in Dallas. So not looking great for just injury side of whatever. Yeah. But again, another leadership guy, Dougie Hamilton. I think this team is a little bit more bought in to the entire organization, and everything seems to be gelling a little bit better. We've talked about Timo Meier not producing the way he should have. Lindy Ruff was removed. Sheldon Keefe was brought in. All of a sudden, there was new life to this team. This team was killing it for a while. I feel like there's a spark there, but you really got to keep your foot on the gas, right?
Yeah.
And it's again tough spot to be in terms of general management, running the phones at this hour, literally a day before the trade deadline, not even a full day. So it's tough for sure, but you got to make something if you want to go down with any pride at all, right?
Yeah. And I think, they're in a playoff spot. They're going to fight for playoff run. So
yeah, I think this is one of those times where in my opinion, sure, it's New Jersey, who cares, whatever. But I think the whole league is watching, because if this is a team that can like show the heart and like pull it together, look at Columbus.
Yeah.
Everyone thought that team was like just cooked. There's not a chance.
Spot.
But the heart of that team, I would be shocked if like people weren't like, wow, Columbus is, when they have heart, that team can do things. And we saw it in 2019 against Tampa too, right? If New Jersey wants to reach that level, I can't believe I'm saying wants to reach the Columbus level. They've got to show it, right? Like, it sucks.
This is an adversity moment.
Yeah.
And, maybe you don't make the cup final this year.
Yeah.
But if you have a good, strong playoff run that's experienced for the rest of your team, that when you get Hughes back the next year,
supercharged, right?
Yeah, that's still very, very valuable.
Yeah.
So they got to go as far as they can.
You got to go down swinging.
And
like,
this is a valuable time for them.
Yes. Yeah. So I think in a weird way, obviously we've talked about it. Yeah, the injury sucks. It is terrible for the team. It could put out that fire. But if you're just a guy on this team and you're like, fuck that, I have pride for the logo on the front of my jersey, you're going to make something of yourself, right? You're going to do whatever you can to make something of yourself. And I'll give it to Sheldon Keefe too. I'm sure he's going to do his best given the really shitty situation where he was tossed out and everything. So
yeah, like let's talk about that. He gets tossed out, I believe, for yelling at the refs.
Wes McCauley is just not like Sheldon Keefe, even since the Toronto days. I don't know what it is. I don't know if they've had some prior beef or something happen off the ice, but they've just
To be fair, I think the refs were right on this one in the sense that there shouldn't have been a penalty.
No,
to Jack
it was. Don't get me wrong.
That was not intentional.
I hate the Golden Knights too. That was not intentional. That was a very weird, like, awkward.
That was a drive to the play, and then Jack tried to stop, and they're both Jack, I guess. Eichel's tried to stop, and Hughes tried to go make a turn, and they just like locked skates.
Yeah. It just this is the game. Injuries happen, and it's unfortunate it went directly into the board. Like if it was in the middle of the ice, Jack Hughes would have been fine.
Yeah, he would just been sliding around.
Yeah, it would have just been sliding around. It would have been fine, but like there's no. I have a hard time believing there's ever a point where malice comes in. Like they were just on the same team playing for the country they are from.
I mean, let's not be too nice. Malice does show up at times in hockey.
Of course,
this was not one of them.
No, like it would also just undermine like the amount of that malice or the severity of that malice that happens in moments where it's intended, I think. So, to blame this on anyone is silly. I don't think we should.
But yeah, I do think ejecting him from the game was a bit excessive.
It was a bit excessive,
If you want to assess him a minor, sure.
Yeah.
But all right.
It was a bit much. But again, the bottom line I want to put here is it's ultimately up to Jersey. It's up to Sheldon Keefe. It's up to maybe even the fans. Like, you still got to support that team best you can, right? Sure, things are looking rough, but like, if I'm a Devils fan, if I'm a Devils player, if I'm a Devils whatever, I'm gonna be like, we're going down with the ship. Yeah, we're going down with the ship, and I'll be damned if we don't, kind of thing.
Yep.
So
all eyes on Jersey coming into the playoffs.
Yeah.
Let us know your thoughts on the New Jersey Devils in the comments below. If you like this episode, drop a like on it. Hit subscribe if you want more Glass Seats episodes, and we'll see you next time.
See ya.